Taco Talk Tuesday. How y'all doing? How are y'all doing?
We good.
Doing great.
Good, man.
We good up in here? All right, y'all. So we want to welcome y'all. Where we at today, y'all? Today we are in Chateau Cheray. Bringing y'all the hot topics this week because it's finally done. We finally saw the inside of
We
it.
got a view though.
And we got
Check
a
out
view.
the man view.
I'm telling you, we got a view. We got all these shadows on the back. I got to fix that next time. All right, real quick, go ahead, introduce yourself.
What's happening? I'm Daryl Blaylock. We already know where I am.
Hi, I'm Brianka.
Hi, Alex Washington.
All right, how was you guys' weekend? Y'all do anything? Tell us something good.
Almost died. Okay, you go.
No,
You
almost
not.
died,
Go
Bianca.
ahead, go.
No, I don't want Brianca to go. She finna fabricate a whole story.
It's alternative facts.
Alternative facts.
See, what had happened was
Right.
I couldn't tell Jeff no. Jeff is so nice. So we went to some boot camp with these ex-NFL trainers. I'm not really as in shape as I think I am. They had us doing this whole stop, drop, and roll type stuff, and my legs felt a pain it's never felt in its entire life. And then he was like, "Oh, we about to go to Runyon Canyon."
I saw that. I saw workout one. That's how workout number two. I mean, I just saw it was like a
Yeah.
blink of an eye, so I didn't see all what
I didn't post it. I was so tired I didn't post anything. Like
I
even the
prefaced it,
view.
I did preface it. I sent out a very explicit text message that said this workout is about to be a little ridiculous and very intense.
But then he was like, "This could be a lot of people there. You know, so it's gonna be
It
like
was a lot of
family."
people.
Only me, him, and Goswell showed up.
It was a lot
And
of
other
people.
people. But then on the Runyon Canyon, I was the only girl. So I was in the back like, y'all got it. But they got
what
their
was
shirts
your-
off and stuff.
What was your reward at the end?
Bottomless mimosas.
Bam! There you go. We worked it out. We had a goal.
But my legs still hurt.
Alex, how was your weekend?
I would have been way ahead of y'all. Like while y'all working out, I would have me a little sports bottle. They had a little sports drink in it, but it would have a little bit of tequila in there to kind of hype it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But what did I do this weekend? I basically just chilled. I just needed to relax. Kind of get my mind together. Had a crazy week. I finally went to Shake Shack. Never been there
Finally?
before. Yeah, finally went to Shake Shack.
Wow.
I just
That
wanted to see
experience.
what
Was it
the-
worth it?
You never been
Yeah,
there?
actually,
I went to
it
one in
was.
Atlanta, not in LA.
Oh, Shake Shack's good.
It was nice.
Did you get the burger or the chicken?
I got the burger with the mushroom in it.
They
It
got
was
Oh, you
so
got the
good.
vegetarian option.
No, it had the meat and the
Damn.
the mushroom.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah.
Learn
It was
something
very
new.
expensive, but it was very good.
Learn something new. Try the
Yeah.
chicken sandwich. I promise it'll change your life. Daryl, how was the weekend?
Oh yeah. What I do? Oh, okay. I went to work, but I went to after hours on Saturday. I always go to after hours. Well, most times I go to after hours on Saturday. Went to a couple of those, and then our Wednesday just worked out. I mean Sunday I worked out. I didn't do nothing. Oh, I made me some plantains.
You made the plantains?
Might be making me plantains every goddamn day. Man.
Wait a minute, I didn't get that memo.
Damn right you ain't.
Oh shit! What I do this weekend? Thursday. So my weekend kind of started Thursday, but I didn't do too much. So Thursday we went to this. Brianka, that was when you landed. Went to this. Was it a Drake?
It was like a Drake,
like a Drake
tribute
cover concert.
Yeah.
I wanted
Yes.
to come, but I didn't even set to 12 o'clock.
I'm telling you, it was good. It was really good. Shout out to two singers that were there. Candace Freeman, I think was her name.
Yeah.
And Janice, I can't think of her last name, but they
Killed
shut it down. I mean, Janice took Drake's, which song was it?
I was just
Damn
playing.
it, I was just saying that I can't even think of it. She killed, that's all I'm gonna say. I now feel bad because I'm not
I
doing
tried
it
or
justice. I
something.
tried. No, that's not the name of it.
What's it?
Feel No Ways.
Feel-
Bam, Feel No Ways. She took it and killed it.
I was over there like this in the
Right.
audience.
From church.
Saturday was a big ass workout I did with the crew, had brunch and everything after. Sunday I did my first photo shoot. Brianka was there, taught me how to do lights and everything.
He
And
killed
then yesterday I did my second photo shoot. So
Without any help.
without I set the
Well,
lights
you got
up,
an eye
man.
for it. I mean, you got an eye for
But
it.
setting lights are hard. But she, had a good teacher, so she taught me that. All right, so enough about that, y'all. Before we jump to hot topics, this is Alex's first time at the table.
Welcome.
So these shot glasses here, welcome. We start every show with a shot. Cheers, all the way down.
Salute.
Cheers, let's go. That was good.
That was
Very
good. What's
refreshing.
that?
I don't feel like I'm gonna die.
I feel like you over mixing shit.
I mean, sometimes blindfolded. All right, y'all. So we're gonna jump right into hot topics, you guys. I don't know. I was debating. Do I want to start with that, or do I want to? We gonna start with Sean Spicer. Why not start with Sean Spicer? So in case you guys
This dude.
were not watching the news today, even though it's something every day, today Sean Spicer, while giving his speech, press speech and everything, he claimed that Hitler never used chemical weapons.
Nigga,
He
what?
didn't use chemical weapons in World War II. You know, you had someone as despicable as Hitler, who didn't even sink to using chemical weapons. I think when you come to sarin gas, he was not using the gas on his own people the same way that Assad is doing. I mean, there was clearly. I understand your point. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. There was not in the. He brought him into the Holocaust Center. I understand that. But I'm saying in the way that Assad used them, where he went into towns, dropped them down to innocent into the middle of towns, it was brought to it. So the use of it, I appreciate the clarification there. That was not the intent.
I feel like at first I used to think that maybe they just don't know. Now it's a level of ignorance now. Like, did y'all niggas go to school?
Fuck ignorance, level of stupidity.
Like how
In the administration.
you don't know your history? We learned this in 6th grade about what the man was doing, Hitler was doing. So for you to say that most asinine. I mean, you are a public figure. You work in a public office. Not even you in the White House.
You are in the White House. Shit, to even be an intern in the White House, I feel like that's knowledge that you should know.
He just should hire a fact checker, so someone they can have on standby, because the stuff that come out of his mouth is ludicrous.
Someone just needs to write his stuff.
Well, when a reporter asked him to clarify the statement, he responded saying he was not using gas on his own people in the same way that Assad is doing.
The Jews were his people. They were German citizens.
Adding that Hitler brought them to Holocaust centers.
Centers?
Holocaust centers.
Wait.
He said
He referred to them as Holocaust centers.
Hold up, wait. Concentration camps?
Like it was motherfucking YMCA.
I'm confused. Like, I mean,
Concentration camps.
after Hurricane Katrina, they took us to refugee camps. They call them centers, but they were refugee camps, so to speak. So, like, I'm confused. Centers? Where they were?
Like it was a motherfucking field trip.
They were welcomed warmly. They was given a cot, warm food, treated presidentially.
They had tacos. They had margaritas waiting on them. According to Sean Spicer.
Right.
that man.
Have y'all been watching Don Lemon show lately? And I just feel like some of the pundits that be on there. I don't know some of the white dude in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Paris,
I hate Paris. I cannot stand
coon.
Paris.
He was a coon in that.
Oh my god.
But I think that stupidity is not only contagious now, it's just here. Like people have these beliefs and they really believe this shit. Like they believe what they want to believe.
Right.
Like opposed to being what's real, like the facts. Like they just conjure up whatever truth they want and they just choose to believe it. Like the sky's green now, y'all. Okay,
Right.
The sky's green.
Well, if you think about it, like the way that Donald Trump talks and the way he acts and stuff like that, I guess Sean Spicer was thinking like, well, if he can do it, maybe I can do it. So why not?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Everyone is doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in that. I don't want to call it regime.
Administration.
Administration.
Everybody in administration.
They're not,
Exactly the
no,
same.
it's not administration because them niggas ain't doing no administration work.
They
There ain't no damn
ain't doing
administration.
spell check. They ain't doing fact check. This nigga got up there and called them Holocaust centers.
Centers!
He said Hitler did not use gas. What?
Jeff.
On his own people.
I don't get it. So then, if that wasn't enough, he later on went on to clarify his statements.
Okay.
And he said, in no way was I trying to lessen the horrendous nature of the Holocaust. I was trying to draw a distinction of the tactic of using airplanes to drop chemical weapons on population centers, and any attack on innocent people is irreprehensible and inexcusable.
Hitler was a terrorist.
Hitler was a terrorist.
You lined the Jews up and you pretty much just killed them with AK-47s. I mean, you took people out of their homes, you put them in, okay, difference between the center and the concentration camp. The center, you can come and go.
Mm-hmm.
Concentration camp, you got barbed wire on these goddamn gates. You can't leave.
Right.
A center, I'm thinking about like a YMCA, a Boys and Girls Club, something like
The
that.
community center.
A community center, yeah. I don't think that the people that were in the Holocaust walked in voluntarily to these centers.
I mean, Hitler freaking gassed his own people. Put them up in the gas room and gas and kill them, and then you just burn them and put them in the incinerator like it's nothing.
Right.
Come on, man.
I don't know. This Trump.
Where have you
And you know
been?
what the funny part is, though? So Spicer goes out and speaks on everything that happens. Pretty much is the mouth for Trump and the entire administration. Donald Trump has not tweeted or said anything. He ain't tried to stick up for his boy. He ain't tried to help him out, buy him a vowel,
And he
phone a
loves
friend.
Well,
Trump is like, I got the answer.
Yeah,
dog.
wait. What you put in this stuff, man? Make it.
All right, y'all. So we'll see what happens next Tuesday when Sean goes up and speaks again. So, one of the biggest hot topics headlines that's going on in the news right now. You guys have heard about this United Airlines situation, haven't you? So Monday morning, or sometime on Monday, United Airlines, they faced a bunch of just backlash after a passenger was forcefully removed from one of their planes. So, and it was all caught on video, as everything today is. So apparently the situation is that one of the passengers, well, the entire flight was overbooked. So they started offering compensation and different things for passengers to give up their seats. No one wanted to give up their seat, so it became a whole lottery draw. Somebody got to go. Now, they went on the plane and they selected Dr. David Dow.
Why gotta be him though? Why wasn't
Oh, they
Amy
knew,
Smith?
listen,
Why wasn't Amy Smith?
They knew not to go up to a bitch that looked like she's going to write HR.
Right, that's why I said Amy Smith.
They knew not to go up to her. So they definitely went and picked a minority.
Someone who barely probably spoke in English.
And David, he was headed home, you know, just like everybody else on this flight.
Well, no.
He's a
Actually,
doctor.
no, he's a doctor.
He's a doctor.
He
so
was
he had
needed.
patients,
He
yeah.
was needed.
He was needed. He was going to be a doctor. And instead, David was dragged from his seat off the plane down the aisle. Y'all know how tight an aisle on an
Right.
airplane is? Dragged off of the plane, bleeding. This man is like bleeding and screaming. You got passengers screaming for the people to stop and like, what are you doing? Everybody's got their phones out and they dragged this man off. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I just want to say, I used to be a flight attendant, so
Oh, okay.
Oh, which airline?
highly embarrassed about this happening because it should never happen. Two, I just want to speak on a little bit of defense for the airlines and stuff like that
Defense
because
for the airline.
well, just
Go
for
ahead.
that's the rule, right? Just
Go ahead.
a
Go ahead.
little bit,
We'll
just
talk
for
about this. Go
just for the randomly being picked to be taken off the plane. Because usually when they pick people to be taken off the plane by random, they usually pick people who are in coach, and usually
Also, let me remind you, they were removing people from the plane because they needed to make room for crew members of United.
which was bad on their parts because
Should already-
whoever does crew scheduling is what we call it's kind of like our HR on who operates the plane on that day and stuff like that. They're bad on that part. They should have been more proactive in that, where that situation would never happen. Because if the crew members need to be at a certain place to work, they need to make sure that plane was available for this for those crew members to be there.
And it
So-
wasn't like a 757, a big aircraft. It was
What
one
was
of
it,
those,
737?
like, you know them American Eagle planes where it's like two and two?
Mm-hmm.
It was a smaller plane. And so then the CEO, he sent out fucking shit up. He sent out a statement. He said, I apologize. This is the best part. He says, I apologize for having to reaccommodate these customers. You know what? That's what you call reaccommodating. He says, our team is moving with a sense of urgency to work with the authorities and conduct our own detailed review of what happened.
What you
And then-
mean?
Right. And then he later released this email to the United employees. He said, this situation was unfortunately compounded when one of the passengers we politely asked to deplane refused, and it became necessary to contact Chicago Aviation Security Office to help. Our employees followed established procedures for dealing with situations like this. While I deeply regret the situation arose, I also empathetically stand behind all of you.
What,
Wow.
nigga? So, first the leggings.
First, the leg, yeah, United was just in some shit over leggings. You know what?
It's
What
overrated.
is-
What's up with United?
It is
Kind of feels like they apologized, but not really. Like we're
It wasn't
sorry,
an
apology. We're sorry.
but
It wasn't
kinda,
an apology.
but kinda.
But in less than a year, I mean,
Not
'cause
less than
didn't
a month,
Delta
less than
just
a month.
have like a situation of something happen like in the last couple of months on Delta Airlines? They kicked somebody off.
Oh,
there.
Adam Salesh.
There we go.
Yeah, because he was speaking Arabic to his mother on the
Oh,
phone.
Yes, he was. Yes,
That was
That's
When they
right.
saw it as a threat.
Right.
that was
What's
racist. That was very racist.
My main thing is, for one, get it. Okay, you overbooked the plane. You can't, cause I've been on United. I've been on United, and before they been overbooked, they try to
Offer.
do me like that, nigga. No, I need to be home today.
Right.
Work this shit out now.
Depending on how much that credit went on, I would.
You give me a free plane ticket both ways.
There you go.
I got it.
I don't because I don't know how much they exactly offered.
They
for
said
passengers.
800
Yeah,
was the
that's
highest they
800.
offered.
But either
We
way,
still
though,
weren't getting up.
I got a
brother-
friend who was in the same situation on an American flight, and he got $1,000.
Voucher.
If I got $1,000, I'd be all right. You know, I would work something.
But you know what though? That dude did not deserve to be. I mean,
He didn't deserve to be handled
that dude
like that.
pretty much get head, not hit it, but him slammed his head against the damn seat, ripped him from his seat,
And
then
dragged.
dragged him. But you could tell he was kind of unconscious because, or not unconscious, but disoriented because he couldn't.
There was no more fight.
Yeah,
Like,
his body
he
was
couldn't
limp.
even-
Like his body was limp. So at the end of the day, it's unacceptable. And that apology is even more unacceptable. Your company has been in the headlines for 2 weeks
an
straight.
apology.
Right, it's-
like that is completely bogus. Nothing about apology. There is no reason. I don't care if the man did not want to get off, and y'all are doing a lottery. Y'all should have picked another. This man is a doctor.
Yeah.
He said he had to go home somewhere. Y'all should have picked somebody else. And again, even if they said no, then guess what? That crew member who didn't properly schedule, or check the plane for whatever
Yeah.
We need
reason,
to find another flight
that
to
crew
get
member
on.
needs to find another flight. That's what's supposed
And that's
to happen.
another thing, like, United is partnered with other airlines and stuff like that. So it's just
Exactly,
like,
so it's like,
why don't you
hey.
just put your crew members on another plane and be like,
Yeah,
just,
away.
there you go.
Did you guys see Southwest tweet?
Yes,
I
they're,
did.
they're real
Dragged by
petty. They're
overpriced
super
flights.
petty.
We love our passengers book with us.
It's so many, but no, they had the new United like airline motto tweets going on trending on Twitter. That shit, if y'all haven't got a chance, check it out. It's so funny. It's so many of them, and I was sitting
They've
up.
been
I was kind of obsessed with them. I was sitting up last night at like 4 a.m. just reading them, cracking up. That shit was so funny.
No, I feel like a lot of these CEOs and all these big companies, big fish companies, are so emboldened these days.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Is it the sign of like the times of like what we're going through like as a country, or is it just really that people just these are just situations that are cute and that not happening everywhere? But I really feel like these CEOs are really just emboldened, and these companies are emboldened. Feel like I can do what I want to do. I'm talking about these Fortune 500.
Right.
people.
Well, they don't have to go through what regular
We-
passengers go through and stuff. Like, you don't know what those people are going through. Like,
Exactly.
sitting in the airport for hours and stuff like that. And
Right.
plus, there was a lot of snowstorms and stuff. You don't know where their connecting flights were from and stuff like that. So,
I mean, regardless of a snowstorm, this
Yeah.
man was not someone who was there on a buddy pass.
Yeah.
He was there on a
Yeah.
buddy pass, companion pass. Sure, bump him to get off. This man had a paying ticket to go to his destination, get where he needed to be. They should not have treated him like that. And now the worst part about this story is what's going on today. So Dr. Dow, now they're releasing this information about him having a troubled past. So all this information is coming out to try to almost villainize
Right.
this man. So
Yeah.
he was arrested in 2003 as part of an undercover operation. 2 years later, Dow was convicted on 6 felony counts of obtaining drugs by fraud and deceit. And in 2005, he was sentenced to 5 years probation. Dow was also convicted of writing prescriptions and checks to a male patient in exchange for sexual favors.
Nigga, what?
In 2005, Dow surrendered his license to practice medicine in Kentucky. In response to the state medical licensing board issued a suspension that was lifted in 2015, but the board has since placed severe restrictions on his ability to practice internal medicine, which will be lifted February 28, 2018.
But my thing is, why do they always have to attack the person now? It's like,
Victim.
Yeah.
right? It's like,
Exactly.
oh, but they're just this person. Like, but no one knew.
it's because of
Right.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Because of this.
Like, you want
I
to
bet you not.
Discredit this-
If
I'm
that was
not
if that was
discrediting.
Amy Smith, these reports would read she was a loving mother,
Loving mother.
of 2,
Graduated super cool.
graduated.
Women have rights.
serve in
She
the
is
church.
the president of the PTA at her daughter's school. She keeps her white picket fence clean at all times.
Look, as long as people continue to support these companies, buy flights from American, they're going to continue to do what they do. Until you hurt people where they hurt them where their pockets are, where the money is.
Did you hear how their stocks dropped though?
Yes, over $900 million.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Now I invest in a couple of airlines, but United is not one of them. I am so glad.
Yeah, you know you got some
Oh my God! I am
United
so
stock.
glad that I do not have any money. And they're like United is based in my hometown, Chicago. I'm so glad I do not invest in United Airlines. But these brands, like you saying, these brands, I don't know what to do because just last week, we were dealing with the Pepsi situation. We talked about that. But now, with United, it's like, ain't nobody talking about Pepsi no more.
Right.
So
it's like always something.
it's
Just
something new.
I'm still talking about them. Fuck Pepsi.
Someone
like
tweeted that was
Coco
like they
Flavor.
should have gave the guy a Pepsi.
I was like, yeah, somebody said he should have been on the
doctor
plane
should
with
have
a
been on the plane
Pepsi.
with a Pepsi. Like,
Right.
I'm like, nah.
No, that ain't merging
Y'all ain't
all this
shit.
shit together.
Y'all ain't shit.
All right, y'all. So now we're gonna move on to a much more sad story. So tragically, yesterday there was a shooting in San Bernardino. Did you guys hear about this? At an elementary school. So this is in San Bernardino County in California, North Park Elementary School. This guy came in. What appears to be a domestic dispute, came in. He shot his wife. Through that, he also shot 2 students. One was 8 and 9. The 9-year-old student died, and the 8-year-old was in
Intensive care?
just is intensive care, but it's stable condition. But then the guy, he also ended up shooting himself.
Coward.
Right.
Well, the 8-year-old ended up dying too.
He did end up dying.
He did.
So both of the students that were shot are dead, and both people, the shooter and his wife, who was a teacher at the school, she's also dead.
But why kill yourself though? Like, you
Why
gonna
go
kill
to
yourself?
school?
Why go to the school? It's a real thing.
Right,
Yeah.
So this also goes back to raising issues on gun laws and gun violence, and just how easy it is
Drop 10
for
obtain a
someone
gun.
to get a gun. There was a lawmaker in Tennessee, I forget his name, just last week he was in the news because he set up a lemonade stand, but he was selling lemonade, but also selling like an AK-47 just to show how easy. It wasn't real, it wasn't loaded, but he was just trying to demonstrate how easy someone can obtain a gun. And it's just like, you can't go anywhere. You can't go to a movie theater. You can't go to school. Can't go to the anywhere.
You can't even go to the grocery store.
It's so crazy because I mean, if you really want to get a gun, like you can have a gun on your person within a couple hours, like whether legally or illegally. Like if you need to go get a legal gun, I know where to go. If you need to get a legal gun,
Do you
I know where to
remember,
go.
Daryl? We did a story several months ago. Back when it was first, I think it might have been after the nightclub shooting in Florida, and this reporter, she wanted to see how fast she could get a gun, and she went to his gun shop, and she did it properly, legally, and everything, and she got a gun in under an hour.
Right.
Like she got approved to get a gun in under an hour. That's just how fast you can get one.
It's crazy, man. But more importantly, again, I think what's not being talked about is the mental health aspect of
Mental
people.
health aspect.
Right.
Like, of course he went and did this. I mean, they've been having mental problems, but I'm pretty sure somebody knew something. Like, your homie might have, okay, he's close to the edge, or he's fed up, or then he might have some tendency where he can just blacked out before in the past or snap. Oh, he just crazy. No, nigga, he need help.
Right, and they were saying though that after they got married, they started seeing little changes in his character, but she didn't know what it was. So that's something that really should have been brought up and thought
Right.
about.
And I mean, I get it. I mean, I'm not, passing blame. Like, we all give those passes where
Right.
oh, he's just crazy.
Listen,
But it's like sometimes there's one of those. No, we need to get.
I don't know.
We
It's,
need to talk
it's a
about
mental health issue because I've been in some situations in relationships where it's like you are so mad in the moment, and you might say something crazy, do something crazy. I mean, like, not do something that crazy, but
Yeah.
I never thought about getting why would you go up to an
That's
a
premeditated.
school, right? Like
you went to an elementary school?
because when he went to school, he hid the gun, so everything was premeditated. Like I'm gonna
Everything,
go
right,
here and do so. It's
Yeah.
And that's why I question the mental health aspect because it was premeditated. Like, you know
It's
what I'm
like,
saying? It
damn.
wasn't like in
it was
heat,
like
it
out of heat of the moment.
Right,
They had an
right.
argument. He just run up on the
Right,
school.
exactly. That's what I'm
What made you
saying.
so mad that you couldn't think of anything else to do but get a gun, go up to a school? Like, even if you was mad at her, you didn't think, you know what? I don't want to hurt nobody else.
Yeah.
I'll wait for her to
Right.
get home.
Yeah.
Or,
You don't think about that, and
I guess not. Being on this side, not.
But
But,
then
I
again,
mean-
you don't really think that someone will actually do that. To be honest with you,
Your
especially
lover,
like someone that
like
you
your
love
lover,
or someone
right.
that you get married to, just like, oh, he mad, like whatever.
He'll get over
You know,
it by the time I get
That's
home
how
from
she.
work.
No, never
Yeah,
mind.
I mean that's how a lot of people think. Like they don't. I mean, we're not all experts in
No.
who has mental issues and
No.
who's crazy and who's not or whatever. So, I mean, it's just something that just slipped through the cracks. But not with the whole gun law issue. Like because there's places in Europe where their crime has went down tremendously
Oh, because,
because
yeah.
they're very strict on their gun laws.
But it's
and that's
also-
what we need to have.
And it's also because for a while the debate of having guns in classrooms were up.
Right.
Like-
I hope this ends that debate, please.
Exactly. I mean, what's the woman name who's like over education? DuVos. This bitch was talking about keeping guns in the classroom
Bruh.
for the grizzly bears.
I'm gonna call Claire McCaskill to read her rights.
I
Like
can't
this.
stand it. This Trump administration. I can't stand it.
But you know what though? It's crazy because again, I mean, you know, you've been in relationships sometimes, and you think about you're so in love with this person, or you're so distraught over this person, blah blah blah. But there's certain times the fear of not having them in your life, and you don't know the dynamics of what actually was going on. Like, was this person was she was going to leave him, or was she was cheating on him, or whatever. But sometimes the idea of life without them drives people to do things that are so uncharacteristic of themselves.
Because not personally, never just being that far gone. I mean, I never felt like I couldn't live without, I mean, relationships, they happen, they come and go.
We pull the
you got to maintain some sense of self. I mean, definitely, I'm not saying like hold back in a relationship. Definitely, give to the relationship, be equal in the relationship and everything. But you can't just lose yourself. You can't lose who you are to the point of where if this person decided to leave you,
then you have nothing.
You have nothing.
You have nothing. You don't know how to walk. You don't know how to do anything. That's a bit much.
Whew.
That's a hard one.
All right, look, y'all. Can we move on, y'all? That's it.
Here, drink the drink. Drink the drink. It's too hot.
Go to break a little early. All right, y'all. So moving on. So this is interesting. So the MTV Movie Awards are coming up. They announced nominations, but they're also doing something differently this year. So nominations for the MTV Movie and TV Awards were announced. With them came a change in how their categories are separated. Rather than dividing up acting awards with Best Actor and Best Actress categories, there will now be a single non-gendered acting category in both the movie and TV arenas, so that non-binary talents are not forced to identify as something they are not. What do you guys think of this?
They're taking this non-gender thing like way too far to me. Like, the genderless bathrooms, okay, whatever, but like actor, actress, or whatever, like I just feel like all it's gonna do is minimize the categories. It's gonna give less opportunities for more movies to be put out there or to be appreciated for what they've done and stuff like that. Like, it'll be kind of hard to kind of compare like Get Out to Logan or Get Out to Beauty and the Beast and stuff like that. It's just like it's too different to compare like best actor. Yeah, so it's just like, what are you gonna do?
Well, they have making a statement regarding the change in the acting categories is MTV president Chris McCarthy saying the audience actually doesn't see male-female dividing lines, so we said let's take that down. This has nominees Emma Watson, who was announced for Beauty and the Beast, and Hugh Jackman, who was nominated for Logan, competing against each other in a single category.
Right,
it's different. Listen, I feel like ain't nobody been watching the MTV Awards for years, so they said let's do something to get people certified and get people to watch. So they came with this bullshit. No,
so now it's just Best Actor.
And that's like you're gonna call it Best Actor, Best Character, like because actor in majority of cases it signifies the male category. Because they say actress for the women, so now it's just Best Actor, and you're gonna have
male and female. I'm sorry, I don't want to go against Meryl Streep.
Right.
I don't want to compete against Meryl Streep.
And it's not even to say keeping them separated. It's like, Meryl can't compete with a man. Meryl can act many men out of their shoes.
Meryl is the best actress on the motherfucking planet.
Right.
Period.
It's just
male or female, goddammit. So I don't want to see her.
Right.
Get me compete against Denzel. And Denzel is a beast. You know what I'm saying? It's not a fair fight. Denzel will win, but can you imagine? I mean, again, it's being taken too far. As an actor, I mean, look, I don't see an actress any less than an actor. I appreciate everyone.
People enjoy those categories. Right. They enjoy that.
It's like more of a challenge when you have different categories.
I mean, there are men on this earth. There are women on this earth. There are people that's in between that.
Right.
So how about you want one for LGBT? Do you want one for the gender?
I think what it is, the gender equality. I think what it is, and I mean, I'm not set. Like I like the Caitlyn Jenners and the Laverne Cox.
How many of those are there though?
Yeah, how many of those are actual actors? I mean, like I can understand that if they were, if they've been put in like a big movie and they're okay, best female actress. Okay, you can put Caitlyn Jenner with
the rest of the women.
Yeah, with actress.
Exactly.
Right.
Whatever they chose to transition to is what they want to be
identified as.
So
I have no
So
problem
why
with that
not
at
just
all.
put that,
But at the
right.
same time, I like to have my varieties. Like, let me have my best actor, best actress.
right, and it's like what? So now we're gonna have what? 12 actors competing. We gotta
I tell
because you
you-
just like what 6 and 6.
I
So
tell
now we just got 12 in one category.
You're gonna have an hour-long TV special.
And that show's gonna be short as shit.
Right. It's gonna be real short because I love Scarlett Johansson
I love me.
and I love Will Smith. Differently.
I don't want to see them in the same category.
Right.
Exactly.
What? Let me show you. Nothing.
All right. Okay, y'all. So this story right here. I'm sorry, my mouth is full. I thought I was gonna keep talking while I was
Time to
eating.
start eating.
All right, so this story is a really sad story. This young man, Tyson Benz, he's from Marquette, Michigan, committed suicide. He was 11 years old. He committed the suicide back in March by hanging himself. Apparently, after receiving messages from a 13-year-old girl who was sending him these fake messages that she. Let me just read it. I'm sorry. 11-year-old boy, he died last week, suffered injuries in March, attempted suicide. He hanged himself on March 14th with no note. But his mother, she says it was because of a prank that drove him to take his own life. So he killed himself after receiving text messages that led him to believe a girl he considered to be his girlfriend had committed suicide herself. The girl, she was 13 years old and charged with malicious use of telecommunication services and using a computer to commit a crime for sending false reports of her own death to Tyson. So the girl, she was charged, but obviously this young man, this boy, he's killed himself because of what, she did. Should she have been charged with more than just, malicious use of telecommunication computer devices?
Definitely.
Okay. I'm going to have to say this.
This is a
And
good
a
time.
lot of people are going to be mad with me, but it always starts at home with me. Parents
I like
need to
that.
be
I'm with
parents
you.
need to be parents at the end of the day, because also what I read in the article, she was like, well, none of my kids have cell phones. I don't know where he got the cell phone at. Where was you at as the mother? My mom, she was crazy. She would
But
go
how
in
much-
my room.
How much stuff when you were a teenager or even in adolescent age? This again is 11 and 13 years old. Did you do that you maybe didn't tell your parents that you did in secrecy? Because as a child you always think, "Mom gonna whip my ass."
So I'm gonna just do it at high.
So I'm just gonna do it.
Of course. I mean,
got a little girlfriend. You ain't tell mom every girlfriend or boyfriend.
I mean, of course, we've had our little secrets and stuff like that or whatever, but like to be an active parent in your child's life, like, talking to them or, even, like I was saying, my mom's crazy. Like, she'll go in my room, I'll have a journal, and she'll go in there and read it and stuff like that. I had to stop writing my journal, like, when I got into high school because it started getting too, personal. But at the same time, I
But
feel
it's
like
almost just like that. You stop writing in the journal because you stop wanting the mom to know. What about things that you stop telling your parents? Like, you start hiding things. And again, him saying I have a girlfriend might not be a bad thing, but maybe his parents are like, you don't date until you get to high
sure.
school.
Well,
Right.
I'm a firm believer. Like, if you're like an active parent in your child's life or whatever, a mother knows her child. Maybe
My thing
call me
is-
old school, whatever, but like
I
would say like you can kind of see like what's going on with your child and stuff like that.
I always feel like as a parent, all you can do is do your best. I mean,
Because the
you
child's
know,
gonna make their own decisions.
Exactly.
Which
Being
way
an
they
active
take them.
parent, that's great, but it's still you just doing your best. Your child gets to school for 6 to 8 hours a day around their friends. If say they're around somebody that doesn't have an active parent, they're like, well, I do this, but I don't tell my mom. And kids are so impressionable. They think whatever is cool.
They're gonna try.
But
Right.
man, I'm like with you. Like, get it. I mean, granted, there is a after you parent your child and when you set them out there free to the world to experience on their own, they make their own decisions. There's the child is responsible for their actions too. But also there's a preparation that takes place at
Thank
home, and as a parent, you know your child. You know what I'm saying? You know what your child is capable of, and you do. And if you don't know, then you just don't know your motherfucking child. That's on you. So, I mean, it's to go both ways, but it's on the parent. It's on the parent because at the end of the day, you know who your child is. And
I just
they're
wonder if
capable
the
of.
parent actually knew. That's my whole thing. I'm like, how much did the parent know? Like, did she know? Oh, you got a little girlfriend. That's cute. And then even when
Because most people be like, oh, well, it's cute. It's cute
Right.
age.
and
nothing
when the
serious.
girl, told him, I don't even know why the girl thought to tell him she killed herself, but her telling him that, did he go to his mom and say, Mom, you know, my girlfriend, she said she killed herself, or this
Or
is going
she's
on.
hiding it
Or
from
he's
the
hiding
mom.
it, right.
She knows he can't say anything to her.
Right.
I mean,
And then
but-
versus, what is the household that grows in where she's playing a kind of trick like that on the kid? Like,
Yeah,
That's not
but that goes
right.
back to what I was saying
Right,
about
yeah, right, yeah. Uh-huh.
that goes back to what I was saying about being an active parent in, you know, your child's life. Like, I don't know if y'all see, like, a lot of, like, nowadays, like, you can't go to the 99-cent store or Ralph's and, like, there's a kid, like, screaming their head off, or, you know, running the parents around the store and stuff like that. It's just like, they can't do nothing nowadays. They, you know, they give, like, kids are not, like, they're not, I don't want to say scared of their parents, like, they don't respect them, like,
it's more friendships versus
yeah,
parenting.
just like, oh, I just want Johnny to be my friend and stuff like that. Like, it's just no, like, there's a line. It's just like there's parent
I
and
had
there's
an
kid.
active parent.
Hey,
Let me tell you.
how active she was.
Let me tell you, it's several things to this day that Leah Smith does not know. Granted, I turned out.
Listen, you know,
I feel I turned out pretty damn great.
right.
Thank you for your active parenting, Mom. But it is certain things where I was just like, my mama don't need to know this, and not that I was like doing anything harmful
Right.
or something like that. But just, you know, little shit here and there. You know?
But you know what? I think I was having a conversation with my friend about his son, and I think that whenever a child has a healthy idea of fear or a healthy respect for your parents, you can definitely see a difference. Cool, it was like, you got you some yet? No, well, we gonna get you some. I mean,
Right.
but I mean, my dad will beat my ass if I didn't do anything he told me. If I didn't empty the ice trays, if I didn't empty the trash, if I didn't cook him some fried chicken or whatever, and I ain't had it on time, I would get my ass whooped. He was a bit over the board, but I get it. Whatever. All right. So, but the ones who don't, children don't have the healthy fear. They do pretty much whatever they want to do, and they say do what they want to do and say what they want to say and talk to adults a certain kind of way, act a certain kind of way
Yeah.
too.
But that's what I was saying. It's just like, but you knew that your dad loved you at the same time. It was just respect.
Yeah.
Like, it was nothing like, you know, ooh, daddy's gonna kill me. He was gonna kill you.
Yeah.
He would just, you know, let you know,
He
like,
won't
don't
break,
do
he
that.
won't break my damn neck.
Right. He wasn't
Nigga,
literally
I brought
gonna
you
do
in
that.
this world, and
Yeah.
I would take you out.
Right, exactly.
You know, it's simple. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's altogether, it's a sad story. Again, I don't know what kind of charges malicious telecommunications is. I gotta look that up. But
What's that comparable to our day? Damn, we got a day, y'all.
right, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm actually looking up to see what the charge is. She's again 13. Obviously, she's a minor, but being charged with malicious telecommunications, I don't know. Got to figure that out. But sad story. All right, y'all. So that's gonna do it for Hot Topics. We're gonna take a quick break, you guys, and we'll be right back to help you out with viewer questions.
Everybody is on. Shots, 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 shots. Everybody! Shots, 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 shots.
Hello, y'all. We are back. How are y'all feeling?
I felt great.
Thank you guys for watching, tuning in. I've been seeing y'all coming in and out. Alex, you getting some comments in here, folks saying, "Oh, Alex is so handsome," and all it is, whatever.
Thank you.
You know, y'all shout them out. All right, y'all. So now it's time for viewer questions here. If you guys have questions you would like us to help you out with, please email us info@tacotalktuesday.com. We will do our best to help you guys out with whatever your troubles might be. Are y'all ready for the first question?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This one is a little lengthy. Let's see. All right. I'm in my late 20s and have been seeing my girlfriend for more than 3 years. We've been long distance for the last year, but managed to get to a point where we were looking at engagement rings and shopping for a home. A couple of months ago, things started to change. She became less affectionate and involved.
Oh.
She became less affectionate and involved. Even her family noticed a change in her. I found out that she was cheating
Already.
with her coworker. She confessed and asked for another chance. I agreed to try to move past it, but the very next day, she told me she was pregnant and the baby was his.
I'm done.
Ooh. I was crushed. The other man said he would deny her and the baby any support and insisted that she get an abortion. Also, he was cheating on his long-term girlfriend. She plans to keep the child. Now, she wants me to marry her and for me to be the baby's father. she wants me to lie. So she wants me to lie.
Come back.
So that our family and friends will believe that this is my child. So is it wrong for me? Is it wrong for me to only want her, but not the child? I'm not sure if I could love it. I don't know if I could tell a lie my whole life, or if people would eventually find out. Is it wrong to feel upset that she and I had our lives turned upside down while the other guy is getting a free pass?
Nope.
I'm really confused about how to feel while trying to stay level-headed and control my heart rate.
You are human.
Right.
Those are human feelings.
That's a lot.
I can do it. I personally, you cheat on me and you break about another nigga, but you want me to be the pappy?
And lie about it?
That baby don't come out with Chinese eyes and pink lips. I don't want nothing to do with him.
It's one thing, like you said, Chinese eyes.
I'm so mad.
It's one thing for you to cheat. Cheating is not a deal breaker. I don't think that's a deal breaker in a lot of relationships.
You about to cheat back?
Pregnant, huh?
You about for him to cheat back?
No. For her to cheat. Like, again, they've been dating for 3 years at this point. You know, obviously, guys in love. Maybe she was in love. I don't know. But for her to cheat, I don't think that's a deal breaker. But she cheated and got pregnant. That's a whole
that's a whole different situation.
Life.
Why would you want to go through that suffering?
And then he's going to have resentment for the child, so he's not going to treat the child like it is his.
It's a constant reminder, like, of what you did,
what she did.
and then, you know, what you kept, and,
Brother,
you know.
There's so many other women out there. Go find you one of them.
But she came back and said, "Ooh, can you marry me and father my child?"
But it would be wrong for him to be like, "Yeah, I'll marry you, but you can't get an abortion."
Right. That's
So how do we feel?
Damn.
So we had one viewer that said, "It's simple. Bye, Felicia."
I agree.
So, but,
on the way.
I mean, how do we feel about the other guy asking her to get an abortion? Like,
well, I mean, they weren't in a relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that's your fault for messing around.
But at the same time, like, how I
so
feel.
y'all think y'all agree with him?
I
I'm not
don't
saying
know.
I
No.
No.
That's what it sounded.
No.
What, to get the abortion? Well, it depends on how far along that she is.
Yeah.
That's why I'm. Because I kind of feel like if it doesn't have a heartbeat, it doesn't have a brain, it's not alive.
Nigga, what? Wait, when, how old are they when they have heartbeat? How many months?
3 months?
Like,
Is
3
it
months.
weeks or
3
months by the
3
time?
months?
I think
3 months?
3
Oh,
months.
really?
Yeah.
So everything.
Yeah, so it's just still like cells and stuff. or
Look,
whatever.
I have no judgment. I don't, because you know what? I'm like, no, nigga, don't get one. And all of a sudden, let me be in that position. Like, look, nigga.
Right.
So I don't know.
I mean, like to me, I kind of think of it. It's
Somebody
kind
like
of
that.
like when somebody masturbates and whatever. Like it's not alive.
Like, knocking on everything.
Nigga, wait.
Finding wood and everything to knock on. Lord.
All right, I'm back. All right. God forbid us.
Listen.
Oh shit, they got real. Yeah.
That's it. I don't know. I feel like, again, it's a fucked up situation. Her cheating is not the deal breaker. That's not what's going to end the relationship. Her getting pregnant, absolutely. That's going to be something that's I got to think about. Personally, guy I don't think that you should even consider getting back in this relationship.
No.
You know, it doesn't make any sense because every day all you're going to think about is what happened.
And then thinking about the well-being of the child, the child's going to be raised in a household where you could tell that the man does not love him, has some kind of resentment for it, and that could just lead to so many other issues.
But you know what? She on the other foot. How many women do that?
How many?
Oh, how many women?
How many married women has taken accepted a love child?
That's true.
That is
so
true.
it's like women can do it.
Ooh, you raised an interesting point there.
Yeah.
Daryl.
But
That's
the male ego is something else.
Damn,
Like,
you raised
That's a good
entire.
one.
But I would even say that to a woman. Like, why would you put yourself through that?
Do that.
Like, God will bless you with somebody else. Like, if you be patient, like, there's millions of other people out there, like you said.
But how many women have you seen moved on and actually be happy? I mean, you're going to hear about the shit now. In an argument, you know what I'm saying?
Right, in an argument comes
That's
you
because
gonna hear about
nope, but you got that bitch pregnant.
Bring it up all the time.
But
it. You got to say with the hand clap. You got that bitch pregnant. This is true. That is something that's very true, though. I mean, I can't lie about that.
Oh no.
So actually, you know, I take back my statement and I say I don't have the answers. I don't. Sway.
I don't have that.
I don't.
I have the answer. There's other people out there. Like, just have patience, pray about it, meditate. Somebody will eventually come. That,
What God say that's your wife? I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm blank. All right, y'all heard Alex's advice on that one. So next question, you guys. Because I had a promiscuous past prior to getting married, it was understandable that my husband and I have gone through some rough patches. It's been 3 years since our wedding, and he still can't let go sometimes. A recent argument escalated into his calling me a whore and stupid. We have a beautiful little girl together. It's not like I can just up and go whenever I want. When is enough enough? Where is the point that I can give in to the thought that I can't do it anymore? Or is this just what marriage is? We've already done counseling, and it's just made it worse. I feel really alone. So can you please give me some feedback?
Anytime you're alone in a relationship, it's time to go. If you are with someone and you feel alone, that's not going to work. And plus, it seems like he's verbally abusive anyway. That's on the lines of respect. He don't respect you. Anytime he call you a hoe in the middle of an argument.
I'm like, is that how he met you though? Like, how did y'all meet? Were you
right?
You know,
was it a promiscuous situation? But at the same time, like, first mistake, never bring up the past when you're talking to somebody new. Like, ever. I mean, like, unless it was something like crazy, like you used to get your ass whooped or something like that. But never.
This is what I said.
Never like, oh, how many people you been with? Oh, I've been with you. How many you been with?
That's
55.
My ex was like, I'm sorry, my number's high. I'm like, wait a minute, bitch. You should told me this. Like.
So what's the number? Okay, so this is a little separate from the conversation. But what's the number that would be too high for you?
That ain't shit though. You ain't shit.
What's that?
I don't know.
I mean, since you going there,
I'm not
brought it up.
Look, I'm not 20 no more. So 20 back in the day would be like, oh, you been with 5 niggas? Oh, you a hoe. But now it's like, nigga, I'm 30.
So what's the number? What's the number that might shock you? If she said 12.
My ego, if you tell me 12, you a hoe. But then, like.
And she's between 32 to 35 years
that's
old.
That's about average, probably 20 niggas, maybe. You should be at least 20 niggas.
At least, yeah.
At least 20 niggas.
You went to college, you know.
I mean, in college alone. High school and college, you know. And basically, you base it off of how she give you head. If it's ferocious.
Okay, and then so even ferocious.
Hey,
even breaking it down. What about this? So, and not even because some people. I hate when people try to separate sexual experience. I'm talking about all inclusive, whether it's oral, whether it's sexual contact. Period.
Jeff, I got this. Listen, if she give you head and she do you one of them. Nigga, she's a hoe.
So, Daryl, if she was saying, like, even, because this is like a lot of times, most guys don't care if it was like an oral situation. Like, that's not really.
Nigga, that's sex.
Okay, that's how I feel.
I judge that alone. Cause how long did it take you to get this good at do the. Like, how long did it
But I even mean, like, if she wasn't doing the oral, if she just had somebody, doing oral on her. So,
count that.
No, count that as sexual contact. So, if all encompassing oral, whether she was doing it or only getting it done, full on sex, if she came to you and said, okay, I'm 33 years old and I have 50 partners.
Nigga! No!
But some of them just oral.
I don't care. That's too many damn niggas. But there again, I don't ask. I'm like,
you don't ask, right.
I don't ask, I don't tell. I don't want to know. But when she do this... I can tell. How experienced she is. I'm done.
All right. So what about viewers? What about viewers? They said, how did the relationship start? Was she a jump off, a drive by, or was you trying to turn the hoe into a housewife?
Let's be real. Let's be real.
That's the question. How did they meet? Because if he met her in a, like you said, a promiscuous situation, you cannot be mad because, bro, you right there with her.
What you mad about?
You knew what you got.
You know exactly what
you just liked it.
You liked her. That's all. You liked her.
Hey, look, I've tried to write for hoe before. Look, it got the best of me. Like I tried to teach her, learn her. Just what gonna happen.
Hey, but isn't that the trend nowadays? Like everybody wants to be with a stripper, and you know.
I dated strippers that wasn't hoes though. I dated strippers that were just strippers. That's cool.
Things like to dance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They don't do a little
It
extra.
was Spellman.
They don't do a little.
That's different right
Hey, it was the AUC.
Hey, but they got that term like I do something strange for a little bit of change.
there. Brianna, what's your take on this situation?
Uh-huh.
I would walk away if I was her.
If
Point
you were,
blank period.
okay.
Because one, the level of respect, he doesn't respect me for calling a hoe. If I'm gonna argue with the man, no matter what the situation is, if he calls me out my name, you have no respect for me.
Mm-hmm.
And you have kids at that. So if she's witnessing that and she thinks it's okay for a man that apparently loves you, that wife, you to call you that, no, bro. He may see these hands, but you call me what?
Yeah, I think it's just an all bad situation.
Oh, we never get to ask you. So, what is your limit? Like,
I don't ask.
You don't
don't-
ask.
I don't
My
ask.
nigga.
You don't
I
ask.
don't want to
nigga.
know. I don't want to know.
What about, all right, Alex, what about you?
I don't even know my number.
I don't
have a limit?
ask.
You have a number? You don't ask?
I don't ask.
I ask.
I don't
But
ask.
not,
Nigga, what?
no, not in the sense of like, I'm going to judge just because
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I'm not the hoe. Which majority of the time it actually might be me, but I'm definitely not asking to throw it back in your face or bring it up. It's sometimes like, oh, let's compare stories and let's talk about experiences. This could be a bonding situation.
I don't ask any of that. No, I don't
It's always
know
a bad
any of it.
situation.
Really?
It's always a bad
Well, like,
situation.
you can't, not always it's
Because
never,
when y'all get in an argument, it's always.
But you said it.
Right. What about when you did this? You
Right.
don't do that with me.
No,
I'm
Let
typically
me tell you,
the worst, and it ain't
the
nothing
ex
to throw
told me
back in my
because
face.
my ex, we had the conversation. She was like, "Look, I'm not gonna waste my time if I have sex with a dude and it's whack. I ain't gonna sit there and keep having sex with him. I'm just gonna move on." I said, "Wait a minute, you can't coach this nigga up. Like, why you already gotta go to the next nigga?" So she like, "Well, I apologize. My numbers are high." I said, and yours are low." I said, "That's to be determined, but that's not even the point. You out here one and done niggas."
What did I tell you last week, Daryl? I said that sex is one of the hardest things for people in relationships to talk about, and that means whether it's them currently having sex with each other or whether it's their sexual past,
Look,
what they like or
Jeff,
whatever. People do. I don't understand why people are afraid to talk
Jeff,
about sex.
I will talk all day about our sexual relationship, but
But what
You
if she?
don't wanna know
What if
about
she
the
really
past,
like? What
no.
if she could sense like she wasn't doing something to 100% turn you on, and she asked you like,
That's okay.
Is this something that anybody else ever did?" Or
no. We talk about me. Like
I like it like this way or this
Right,
or try
damn.
this.
Well,
I'm gonna be like, well, so and so last time they
But
did it
then you
like
got follow-up questions like, well, who did it like that? Or when did you have this? How
I
many
was-
times
But
have you
most
had this
women
done?
don't like
They
being
don't
compared to other women though.
right.
I don't even give it as a comparison thing. I just.
Oh, my ex used to give me
It might
that.
be right.
Like, what kind of shit?
Go back
You see how you just looked at me now? No.
I ain't
like,
saying
babe,
I ain't
like
saying nothing
I
about
like
who was
this.
better.
Right.
I ain't saying nothing about asking who was better at what. I'm just asking.
Jeff, you know what's gonna happen though. Who's the best head you ever had?
You don't ask those questions now.
But at the same time, just like
Actually,
not
I haven't
everybody
answered that
can,
question.
not everybody can handle the truth. Nobody,
There you
not
go.
everybody
Now
can
you
handle
know
it at the end of the day.
easy. I don't want to know nothing.
And I would say, like, if you want to talk about sexual experiences and stuff, wait until y'all like far into a relationship until you know the person.
Right, you know how
Past
to
this
respond.
month.
Yeah, I'm not talking about
Yes.
first date conversation.
Right.
No.
Well, I do.
No.
I asked you how you like the clip you play with on the first day.
That's no. You can ask. Well, actually, I don't know. That might be inappropriate.
No, it ain't. It's,
That ain't-
Look, I need to know.
Is
I
that
like,
dinner talk or is that
hey,
after
so,
dinner?
So
This like
I
first
respect
date.
that. I respect that because you know you don't want them to get bored.
Let me tell you something. It's two things gonna happen. First, you gonna get a, excuse me, like who you, this is the first day, or you gonna get that. Okay, well, I kind of like circle emoji. Like, so you gonna get two.
Now, do you feel that out though, based on conversation that y'all been
Right,
having,
or you just don't.
Or
it.
you just
Yeah,
throw it
you
out
can get
there?
the vibe. out.
Okay, yeah.
She real, what's the word I'm looking for?
Conservative?
Yeah, she's conservative. Yeah, of course I'm not gonna do that. I already
Right.
know. I'm gonna take me a minute to hit this. But if it's gonna be a girl who like I throw that out there, she be like, shit, well, nigga, well, like when you do your tongue and do it like this, I'm like, bam, I already know. Okay, I can smash this thing within the 24 hours or to the next week, and I know it's gonna be good because now we can coach each other.
Listen, people need to talk about sex. In
You
your
need
relationship,
to.
you
Oh,
need
in
talk about
relationships,
sex.
I'm grown. Jack is grown. You
definitely.
grown and you is grown.
Listen,
God damn it.
Talk about it. All right, y'all. That's going to do it for viewer questions this week, you guys. We're going to real quick take another break, and we'll be right back to let you know what we are obsessed with.
Jeff out here asking people.
You got to ask them questions. Everybody, we are back, you guys. Thank y'all for sticking around. Thank y'all for tuning in. We gonna wrap this up for y'all real quick. So now is the point of the show where we like to let you guys know what we have been obsessed with this week. Daryl, go ahead and kick it off.
Man, I've been planting.
That you ain't sharing.
London.
Damn right I ain't sharing.
Why'd you bring him to the show? Why
Right,
you
you
being
should have brought a
selfish?
little appetizer.
You ain't
Yeah.
shit.
You didn't bring no
He ain't
desserts.
shit. Daryl ain't shit. In this week's segment of Daryl ain't shit,
Well, what-
y'all got why he ain't
Well,
shit.
what happened was
Uh-huh.
I wasn't sure that other people would like my plantains.
Uh-oh.
So, and then you got people from Florida, you know what I'm saying? who
What
grew
you
up
got against Florida?
around Jamaicans and shit. So I didn't sure how authentic mine would be. So then I was like, then Jeff, you know, he's from Chicago.
He thought it all out, basically.
But no, you know what? I'm the type of dude that can eat some food. Like I get on a food kick, I would eat it for 100 days straight. So
Bro.
I'm on
Easy
plantains
to
for the next
please, that's
100
good.
days.
All right, Brianka, what are you obsessed with this week?
Compton Kendrick, something splendid. Kendrick Lamar's Humble video has like inspired me. Like
That video is visually.
fine.
visually,
That video
I sat there like,
Bye-bye.
what have I been creating as an artist after watching that? I really sat back like, okay, let me go through my portfolio. Why haven't I created X, Y, and Z? But yeah, he's really challenged me, and I like that. I like being challenged as an artist. I like looking into my work more deeper and trying to figure out what I can do differently. So
Dig it.
Dope.
yeah.
Alex, what are you obsessed with this week?
Well, I'm gonna have to go with her, like, with music. There's this group called The Internet. Like, I just
Oh,
been
yeah.
listening to it
Oh,
over
yeah.
and
Yeah,
over
cool.
and
I saw them
over.
at Afropunk in August.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're really dope. Like, I love the music.
Dope. So my obsession, I got kind of a double obsession this week. So first thing, I'm with Daryl with food. Comfort LA. We was just talking about this during the break.
It's like 3 days
Bro, let me
this
tell
week.
you, I had Comfort LA Thursday night. I had it Friday night. I had it Saturday night. I was about to have it Sunday, but we went out for Po' Boys instead. So
Word?
Comfort LA.
Word?
If you are in Los Angeles, you need to go downtown. It's on 7th Street. Comfort LA. It is the best fried chicken you will ever have. These are my recommendations: the fried chicken, the greens, and the French fries. They got other shit on the menu. I didn't love it so much.
I didn't like the mac and cheese. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't like the mac and cheese. That collard greens, fried chicken, and the French fries. Wait, when did you go?
I went my last trip here. I didn't go with you.
Oh,
Sorry.
Well, and my other obsession is photography. I have been shooting. So I bought a camera back in January, and I just kind of like, I was like, oh, I have a camera, but not really just getting into like the fact that, oh, I have a camera. But this last week, I've been shooting. Brianka has been helping me. Like, I'm still in my learning phases, but I am obsessed with it. I got a photo shoot on Thursday, actually.
so you're a photographer now?
I'm a photographer. Actually, I'm a nationally
Published.
Come on now.
Let him know, Jeff.
I'll let y'all know when that comes out. So I actually have a campaign out.
You told me about that. That's
But yeah, so photography is really becoming a second love of mine, and I'm gonna see where this thing goes. I have some of the best teachers, Brianka, Elton. Everything I learned from photography, I mimic and follow from Elton. So that's just really helping me out. So yeah, that's what I'm obsessed with this week. Hang on, what's
I'm gonna say
this?
something so dumb. I'm waiting till we get off camera.
All right, y'all. So again, real quick, I want to thank you guys for coming in. Before we go, let everybody know who you are, where they can find you, and anything you might have coming up.
Well, Daryl Blaylock, of course. You can find me Daryl Blaylock Jr. on Instagram, Daryl Blaylock on Facebook. I don't do Snapchat and all that other shit. But you can find me on Black and Sexy TV. We actually filming episode 5 of Sexless, and we also filming the first episode of season 3.5 of Chef Julian. So look out for that. And That's about it. And Taco
Yep.
Tuesday.
There you go.
Brianka Trofer, you can find me on Instagram at B_Alyssa Troford. And just follow my page. Got some dope photography coming out.
That page is actually dope. I was on the other day.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You know,
Alex, what you got going on?
My name is Alex Washington. You can follow me on my Instagram. It's innocent_charmer.
Where'd that come from?
Innocent.
That's
What?
not-
He's an innocent charmer.
Innocent_charmer.
I got it when I was younger. I was just thinking, like, what is me? And I always felt like I'm just very innocent and
Very
so charming.
So, how many sexual partners you had?
Anyways, so,
look.
anyways, I don't have anything coming up yet, but I do plan on doing more shows and
Toes.
shows like, I mean, I do commercial acting and stuff.
Oh, no.
And then, like, hopefully I can be on this talk show again, so.
I don't know. We got to talk about that, Jeff.
This whole innocent thing. I don't know. No, all right, y'all. Y'all can find me on everything at Jeffro5. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I don't use Snapchat. Does anybody use Snapchat anymore? So
I only use it so I could save it and put on my Instagram.
You can do it on Insta story.
Yeah, because I'll save it on first.
Oh, you save it.
I like the filter.
But then it be all grainy and
Yeah, but I
it's
like
like you got an
filters.
Android, and I'd be like, hey, ooh, I don't know if I want to look at it. No, yeah, you'll find me on everything at Jeffro5. Also, you guys can email us, hot topics, questions, anything, info at tacotalktuesday.com. Coming up, you guys, so we're here next week, but April 25th, you guys, we are going to be doing another live on location shoot. It's going to be at the Cork here in Inglewood in Los Angeles. So we'll be posting about that so y'all can come out and get a live, Taco Talk Tuesday show and everything. It's going to be really, really dope. Hope to see y'all there. What else do I have coming up? My birthday is coming up.
Turn
I
up.
don't know plans for that yet, but it's coming up. It'll be here. But other than that, no. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here. If y'all want to come have a seat at the table, talk hot topics, have a drink, email us, info@tacotalktuesday.com, and we will catch you guys next week.